Hi, I'm Alex Thomas, the Washington correspondent here at the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, and this is Arkies in the Beltway. Let's not waste any time. Welcome to the very first episode of Arkies in the Beltway. This program will focus on the connections between Arkansas and the nation's capital. Throughout this series, we'll hear from the natural state's federal lawmakers, as well as other playmakers, and learn how issues here in Washington affect communities across Arkansas, from Bentonville to Jonesboro, Little Rock to Texarkana, and everywhere in between. September is a busy month on Capitol Hill. The number one issue, how to avoid a government shutdown. Lawmakers have until October 1st to pass some sort of spending plan. The chambers, however, are on separate paths as of this moment. The Senate Appropriations Committee has passed 12 spending bills, those votes bipartisan. The House of Representatives has passed one bill as a full chamber. However, progress has hit a snag as some of the more conservative members of the Republican majority want further spending cuts. Representative Steve Womack serves as a House appropriator. He spoke to reporters following an event last month in Rogers. He says he's unsure how this will all unfold.
I try to be optimistic about it. I try to think positively, but there's not much to be positive about as we stand here toward the end of August, that with less than 12 days to go, working days in Congress to go before the end of the fiscal year, that we have a complete strategy and know exactly how this is going to work out.
Now, the Senate this week will consider a minibus consisting of 3 appropriations measures, one of those measures involving military construction and Veterans Affairs issues. Senator John Boozman is a Senate appropriator and serves as the top Republican on the MilCon VA subcommittee. Speaking of Boozman, he spent his August recess taking part in Farm Bill listening tour events across the country, including in places like Alaska and North Dakota. Boozman is the ranking member of the Senate Agriculture Committee, which is working with his House counterparts on a new farm bill. The Congress has to pass such legislation every 5 years. And finally, President Joe Biden nominating Representative French Hill to serve as part of the United Nations General Assembly, that body meeting in New York City right now. Hill says he's honored to be nominated, and he's looking forward to seeing how America can maintain its presence in international groups like the UN.
How do we make sure that the United States is very much engaged in those institutions, and that we are countering authoritarian actions in those institutions that run counter to American interests?
The president also nominating California Democrat Barbara Lee to serve alongside Hill. Now, the General Assembly officially opened last Tuesday. Its big meetings, however, are not set to start until September 18th. And that'll do it for the very first episode of Arkies in the Beltway. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to stay up to date with all news involving Arkansas, make sure to head on over to arkansasonline.com. And if you would like to see what I'm up to, my social media handle on all platforms is @AlexHouseThomas. And don't be afraid to send me an email. It's athomas@adgnewsroom.com. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next week.